Hello, everybody, and happy Wednesday. I know I said happy Wednesday last week, and it was actually Thursday because I lost track of the days, but today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. I hope those of you here in Florida are enjoying this amazing weather. For those of you popping on for the first time, my name is Claudia Cometa. I am a pharmacist and independent skincare consultant, and I come here once to twice weekly to provide you with tips, tricks, and education to achieve the best skin of your life. And as you know, if you're following me here on this Facebook group page, I'm always looking for ideas for topics. So I would love to hear from you if there is a topic that you would like to have me cover. Sometimes I simply just don't think about it, but I'm glad that Kelly brought this topic up because it does get brought up, honestly, in a lot of my daily conversations, and that is, what do we do? Hello, Pamela. What do we do about these brushes? Do we use them? Do we not use them? Are there concerns? And I think it's a legitimate question because you may be getting them as gifts for holidays or birthdays and you don't know what to do with it, or maybe you're wondering if you should start using one. So let's dive into that today. And in between, my weekly topics, feel free to message me or post here or comment on the page if there is a topic that you would like me to cover. I usually on Mondays check in with you all to see what you've got in mind, but if something kind of just pops up randomly, like things pop up randomly in my mind, feel free to shoot that over to me. So skin cleansing brushes, what do we do? So if you think about, dental care, if you are a Sonicare type of, toothbrush user, as I am, once you kind of go to that oscillating brush, really it's kind of hard to ever go back, right? There really is a difference in the cleanliness of your teeth once you use an oscillating brush versus depending on your ability to manually do that same work. Here's the difference though. Our teeth have enamel on them, right? Our teeth, the density and structure of our teeth is a lot different from our skin. So the thought process in theory made total sense. Why, if that works well, if an oscillating brush works better on our teeth, why would we not translate that into cleansing other things like our skin? And so here's kind of the punchline before I get to all the details. Do I recommend a cleansing brush? I would say it depends. It's not a hard yes or no either way. So let me get into that so at least you kind of know what the punchline is going to be. So here's a few things to keep in mind when you think about a cleansing brush. If you are somebody who maybe doesn't routinely wash your face well, so maybe you're not somebody who cleanses twice a day, maybe you're not somebody who pays a whole lot of attention to your skin, you may benefit from the oscillating brush of a cleansing tool. However, keep this in mind. There are people for whom this is like pretty much always a no. And those are people who have sensitive skin, psoriasis, eczema, sunburned skin, really thin skin. So somebody who just naturally has thin skin, or somebody who is maybe of an elderly age whose skin has thinned over time. Those are people who really shouldn't consider it, most likely at all. If at all, it's going to be very, very rarely. So that's kind of already out the door as far as those people go. If you are somebody who uses either a chemical or physical exfoliant, so either a physical exfoliant is going to be like a sugar salt scrub that you're physically rubbing into your skin, and a chemical exfoliant is going to be something like salicylic acid, a chemical that actually helps to exfoliate your skin, you are already getting some benefit from that, and you should not use the brush with one of those products. So I would not recommend it if you were pretty good about exfoliation, because that's going to be excessive using both the manual chemical or physical exfoliant and the brush. Because what's going to happen is overdoing it is going to cause broken capillaries, going to cause damage to your skin, irritation, redness, affect the pH of your skin. And so there can be harm from it if you overdo it. Now, are you somebody who is not really great about washing your skin, washing your face, and doesn't use any exfoliation, and would like to maybe a couple times a week have something a little bit deeper to use? I wouldn't be against that. I honestly wouldn't be against it. I think it's unnecessary for the most part for people who are relatively vigilant about their skincare routine. Now, keep this in mind as well. Not just the fact that additional exfoliants can harm the skin, but if you are not maintaining the brush properly, you're probably going to cause more harm than good. What does that mean? So it's a brush that you're going to use over and over and over again, right? And so it's going to be a breeding ground for bacteria, for fungus, and so you have to be really good about cleaning it. If you're not somebody who's going to do that, don't use it, because you're just going to be spreading more problems than when you started. So you've got to really clean it after every use. You've got to let it completely dry. You really shouldn't be storing it in moist places like your shower or your bathroom. Most of the time, depending on the brand, the heads are supposed to be changed out every 3 months. Some people recommend every month just to be more conservative. Most people would recommend that in addition to regular cleansing and drying, that you use some type of an alcohol solution to use as an antibacterial at a decent amount of frequency of use. And so there's a lot that goes into it. Most people don't want to spend that much time and simply won't spend that much time in taking care of their brush. So because of that, because I think the maintenance is decently high, and because I feel like you could get the benefits you need from utilizing good skincare and being vigilant about how frequently you do it and what products you use, I would say as a whole, I don't find them extremely necessary. However, I will give you one caveat in addition to the person who maybe doesn't spend a whole lot of time cleansing and wants a few times a week to have a little bit more deeper cleaning. In scientific studies, they found that the people who have very uneven skin, so what does that mean? That could mean mildish acne. So once we get into cystic acne, it can get a little difficult. But so acne vulgaris, which is just the scientific term for acne. Folliculitis, and maybe a male who has trouble with folliculitis around the beard area, and seborrheic dermatitis. So when you've got unevenness in the surface of your skin, it makes sense that it would be difficult to get into all those nooks and crannies and clean them well. And so a soft brush used correctly and maintained correctly could be of benefit in those situations. So there are some opportunities for a brush to work well. I would say as a general whole, it's likely unnecessary if you were using a good routine. So pay attention to those things. Is it right for you? How frequently should you be using it? Is it creating more trouble and harm than good? Are you going to maintain it very well? Just be really cautious about those things because, just like anything else, you could be causing more harm than good. Okay, let me see what Pamela's saying. Yeah, so the cleansing, honestly, the cleansing would be the killer for me because I'm just not gonna spend that much time paying attention to the cleanliness of it. I'm just not gonna happen. Time's gonna go by. I'm gonna forget to change the head as frequently as I need to. And so yes, pay attention to those things. If you're somebody who is simply just too busy to be paying attention to that, get on a good skincare routine and you should be just fine. I hope that this answers some questions, helps you in any way. If it does, feel free to share. Feel free to invite people to the group if they want to be here. I'm happy to keep it open to anybody who wants to be here. Have a great rest of your week. Send topics my way and I will see you soon.